talking about in
Right.
essence, these people say that they are planting their
Yeah.
rocks on the Civil Rights Act, on Voting Rights Act, things like this, when in reality, they are advocating for everything that this is not. A black artist that says she won't write soulful music for non-melanated singers. So I want to get you all's take on this. So black singer-songwriter Muni Long says she's refusing to write soulful music for white artists. In a racist rant on Instagram, Long claimed that British record executive Elliot Grange, the new CEO of Atlantic Music Group, which owns Atlantic Records, requested that she write soulful music for non black artists. The idea of contributing to the work of white singers, whom she called non melanated, appeared to enrage her. She says, F no, and I'ma stand on that, she shouted, mouthing a boozy badass meme. She posted the same video to TikTok, captioning it instead, I don't want your money. I don't care about no Oscar for it. I won't be participating because what Boosie said, get somebody else to do it. Many on social media praised Long, saying she shouldn't write songs for Whitey. I love the way black women are fighting back, one fan wrote. I like the fact that it's not a money thing to you. It's more so of a cultural thing. Keep it in the family, queen, another commented. So, I want to open it up to you all. I'll start out with you, Shelley. Um, is this is her position antithetical to woke movements that push equity, DEI, and so-called inclusion? This position actually an exercise of freedom and capitalism?
Just as I said, I stand with Costco. I don't have to shop there. I don't have to spend my money there. I stand with, what's her name? Mooney. I stand
Yep.
with Mooney. That is her creative license, her skills, whatever she's writing. She should not be forced, if you will, I want to use that word, to write for anybody that she doesn't write for that she wants to. If she's willing to take the monetary loss or any other loss, that is what we call capitalism in a free market society. I stand with Mooney in a sense. Not so much that I agree with her, her not wanting to write based on a racist idea, but I stand with her to make that choice in a free market.
All right. What are your thoughts there, Nicole? Do you stand with her choice to make it?
Well, from a business perspective, it's her money to lose, right?
Exactly.
I'm just going to tell you that when the CEO of my company comes and tells me, hey, I want you to go out and hire this doctor from Sweden, I can definitely get on my high horse and be like, look here, I got enough blonde people working at this company. I'm only going to talk to black doctors and only hire black doctors. And I may no longer fit his, requirements to work there. It is the free market, but I would encourage her to listen to more music because there's some beautiful, soulful songs that came out of some of the most quote unquote non-melanated faces. When just thinking back to like Hall & Oates, Sarah Smiles, how my daughter got her name. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, right? More recently, what's the little redhead guy's name? Ed Sheeran had a beautiful love song that everybody was tapping a toe to. There's more than one way to express soulfulness, and it doesn't necessarily have to match your skin tone. As a fan of music, there's a little bit for everybody, but if she's willing to risk her dollar on it, who am I to stop her from being dumb?
All right. Yeah, Tyrone, do you agree with the ladies? Or isn't this against the civil rights movement as the left continues to perpetuate? You can't make decisions or especially business decisions based on race. Um, what are your thoughts there?
I was unaware of the fact that we own soul music. I didn't know we owned it, but hey, this guy Frank, my wife and I were talking about the song "Baby It's Cold Outside,"
Oh, I
which
love
I first heard on an
So,
episode of A Different World back in the
All
day.
right, me
Um,
too.
Fell in love with the song. A guy named Frank Loesser wrote that, white guy. I think Ray Charles's version is by far the most popular.
that.
Several people have done it. Okay. Um, Santa Baby. Okay, it's another
Yes.
one where white folk wrote it, and a
Eartha
plethora of
Kitt.
black artists as well as white artists
Mhm.
have performed it. At the end of the day, I really don't think she has a choice, because if one of these music companies purchases the rights to something she wrote, they can get any damn body they want to sing it. Okay, so hey, lady, do you? This whole race thing is a psychosis. I would think that, if you're really an artist, that you
Mm-hmm.
just you live for
Exactly.
the art, okay? Um, and hey, there's Michael McDonald, who I think
Mhm.
they got a whole genre called Blue Eyed
Yes.
Soul, okay?
Yeah.
Michael
Geez.
McDonald,
Great. Yeah.
Tina Marie, a host of
Mhm.
Yes.
John B. Um,
Mhm.
fine, lady.
Yes.
Okay, you're not the only songwriter in the world.
Exactly. The marketplace will replace you. Trust
No,
me.
screw the
And the
marketplace.
record label will find a
Listen,
new Muni Long. Right.
before this show is done, I can get AI to write me a soul song. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, okay, have it your way, lady.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you all, because this is something that's been on the right for quite some time. There are some people within on the right or in the conservative movement who believe that you don't have a right to force a business, as we saw in the civil rights movement and so on and so forth, to serve or to you don't have a right for them to serve someone they don't want to serve.
We just
So
saw that.
if a business comes out and says, like in the civil rights movement, these businesses said they did not want to serve blacks, that should have been let go. There should be no law forcing a business or compelling a business to patronize or to allow patronage from someone. It do
Well, we
you
saw
all
that
think
with the
that's
people out in
the correct way to
Colorado.
go?
We saw that with the people, the cake
Paper.
maker, and I think, and the photographer. Those
Right.
cases, they took it all the way to the Supreme Court, right?
Well,
So
they
this is
filed religious exemption. So he
no,
was
I'm
filed.
saying, but they were businesses, and they were being sued because they were not served. Whatever. I'm just saying that the whole principle is there. So this could go both ways. This is why I say I'm standing on an individual having his or her own creative, whatever license or artistic skills, and a business. These are businesses, just like Costco. I don't agree with Costco and what they're doing, but as a business model in American society, let them choose whatever business model they're going to have.
But I'm
Yeah.
asking you, so that's what I'm asking. So we know that I think it was the Commerce Clause that said that because these businesses were on the roadway,
Mhm.
and it would be interfering with commerce, so they used that to say businesses cannot discriminate against people based on their race. Are you, Shelley, saying that you think we should get away with that? These private businesses should be able to discriminate if they want to, let the market run its course.
I think if it's a private business, in general, if it's a private business, there's no federal, state, city, whatever, money, taxes, grants, whatever, allowances coming in. Serve who you want. And the people who choose to patronize your business, they will choose to or not. That's all I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
look,
I'm not
I'll go
saying
even further. If it's a restaurant and you don't want me in your restaurant, just let me know, okay? Or if it's some, out of the way motel, okay, where some good old boys might be holed up in the woods, hey man, I'll leave, okay?
just
Just
put the
tell
sign
me.
up.
Okay?
Like Tyrell, where do you go in your free time? It's like some out of the way motel. You claim that
Hey,
you went.
listen, one day I will tell you guys about the time that I stumbled into a Klan meeting in North Carolina. It's that dead serious. At about 2 a.m.
Wow.
in the morning. Yep.
Mm, mm.
Yep. So you
And
don't
you know,
want me at your gas station, I'll leave.
this
So
is the
let me
same.
ask you, because this is something, because we're seeing a lot of the woke and people on the left, they're doing this. So they're saying, you know what, I'm not going to I don't want white people to take part in this business, or this is, I'm going to give we were just talking about Costco, only giving first dibs to Black owned or LGBT businesses and things like that. But I don't think they really understand it's actually, this is something that goes against the civil rights movement. It goes against they're pushing against that. Um, they're
KJ,
pushing
why do you think they don't understand it? Maybe they do understand it, and that's the choice that they're making.
because then on the other hand,
our
they talk about,
Constitution.
no, because on the other hand,
No,
they
our
talk about,
Constitution.
yeah. On the other hand, they talk about equality, and they talk about, even the voting rights and the civil rights and all this type of stuff. And then they're doing the same thing that they fought against what the civil rights was about. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying,
We've
but I
lived
think
long enough to see ourselves become the villain. That's what has happened. And it is also a testament to the fact that we have all that stuff that King Evers, X, all that stuff that they were trying to achieve. We did it, okay? But the trauma of prior to that has been passed on, okay, to a bunch of people that never had to drink from a segregated water fountain. And they've chosen to carry that baggage when it was never theirs in the first place. And now they're acting in this retributive manner, okay, that is just as ugly as when they prohibited us from sitting at a lunch counter.
Listen, it's easier to play the victim than to work to be successful. Let's just keep it 100. One of my most favorite Republicans that ever walked the earth, Sporty Jones, had this theory of a pendulum, right? And he said American culture is like a pendulum. It swings all the way to one side and then it swings all the way back. The goal for you is to live in the middle so you can catch it when it's good each time it swings back. And this is what we're doing now. Tyrone, you're right. We've already accomplished all the dreams of our grandparents and great grandparents, and we're really living in this time without any cultural parameters. So people are doing whatever they want to do, saying whatever they want to say. The benefit that we have now versus that time during the civil rights movement is there are 1,000,001 restaurants. There are 1,000,001 restaurants. So
that's the sign you need to have up.
There are a lot of restaurants who are saying we're not going to serve Republicans. We're not going to serve any Trump administration people. The waitress was talking trash. They fired her, and they didn't fire her because they disagreed with her politically. They fired her, but because there are 1,000,001 restaurants in DC, and you're not going to ruin my family's opportunity to make the money that we need because companies are in a knot.
That's a business decision.
So this is different from that civil rights movement because now we have choice. Right?
Exactly.
We have choice, we have money, we have means, we have methodology. So it's a very different thought process. Like you said, if I go to a restaurant and they're trash talking Republicans, I'm not staying because I don't want any secret sauce on my food.
Right.
And keep in mind, remember Jim Crow and slavery, they were government ordained.
Right.
Even with the Constitution as it is, the government supported and advocated that. So there was a place to break that down or to knock that off. I mean, to make that right, if you will. That was government ordained. These are private businesses who are making a business decision for good or bad. And the hell with it. If they are okay with their business being lost financially, then okay. I don't have to shop there.
Yeah, but I want to make sure we're framing this correctly because it's really it's ironic because right now we have the woke left advocating for reparations, for all of this stuff that they say was due to slavery and due to Jim Crow and due to the fact that we had segregation and that we weren't able to take part in many of the things that the segregation prohibited us from. Civil Rights Act was supposed to reverse all of that, but now in context and in action, when you have people like this songwriter, people in what you're saying, Shelley, and the rest of you are saying that we really don't need the Civil Rights Act. we need, if private businesses want to discriminate based on race, religion, all of this type of stuff, that is their prerogative, and we should let the market play out, and we should just let them do what they're going to do. And if more people decide not to patronize these businesses, then hopefully they'll go out of business. But in the long term, this is what we don't need the Civil Rights Act anymore.
Look, in 2024,
is that what you guys are saying? I just want to confirm.
If a business stands up and says, "I'm not going to serve someone because they're black," okay, that business is hurting itself,
Right.
because you're going to get a groundswell of people who react to that and say, well, then we're not going to patronize this business, black and white, Hispanic. People are going to stand up and say no. The market usually takes care of issues anyway. The market is actually what really precipitated the Civil War. Okay. And the fact that free labor could not compete with slave labor migrating out into the West. The market takes care of everything. And the market will take care of a business who says, we do not want to serve you for whatever reason. Okay. One way or the other, the market will react to it.
Yeah. Well, I say this to say, in the last, to land the plane, when you hear these, and it's mostly black people talking about, we need reparations, talking about we need black only, we don't want to deal with white people. We want black spaces. We don't want black people here or white people here, white people. We say, okay, get rid of the Civil Rights Act and you can have it. I mean, that's basically what we're saying.
I hear what you're saying about the Civil Rights Act, but okay, really, the Civil Rights Act is going nowhere. Most laws and acts, once they are enacted, it's going to take hell and high water to get rid of them.
So that, but I'm talking about in essence, these people say that they are planting their rocks on the Civil Rights Act, on Voting Rights Act, things like this, when in reality, they are advocating for everything that this is not.
Exactly. It's called, if you want to call it double speak, if you want to call it, maybe you said that you don't think they understand, whatever it is. Unfortunately or fortunately, under our Constitution, they get to do that. They get to be double-sided, if you will. And we're not patronizing, we're not advocating that. We think it's foolish, not to mention just wrong or certainly racist.
They don't think it's wrong. They don't think it's wrong. And this is the crazy part about it. They sit here and advocate for this type of stuff, but then they talk about reparations, and they talk about we need the Civil Rights Act and all this type of stuff, when they're going, what they're actually advocating for is totally not that. That's what I'm trying to, this is the point I'm trying to make. So,